So, if you apply these rules, yeah?
We get them in LaTeX.
In LaTeX?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Why do you want them in LaTeX?
Do you need them on computers yet?
Oh, does that not come out well?
No.
Okay. All right. When am I going to do this? I'm making a promise I must do. All right. Yes, I'll produce some LaTeX. So the thing to notice in the questions that you're doing at the minute, I'm only asking you, if you start with an expression in a memory, in a store, what is the output store and the output value? And, if you start with an expression and a store, what is the output store and the output value? And, I'm quite experienced at this, so I can do it in my head. But it is tricky, it is delicate. For example, in this expression, there are lots of different x's, and some x's refer to this one, and some to this one, and some to that one. So the way to be absolutely certain is to use the rules in the notes and build up these trees. So for example, to evaluate a do expression in a store, well, the rule says evaluate the command. So here I'm evaluating the command in the store, and then evaluate the expression. So there I'm evaluating the expression, and evaluating the store that's given at the end of this store. So the rules tell you what to do, and you build up a tree like that. So I'm not asking you to hand that in. All I want is true or false. All I want is true and false about whether you get this. But in order to do the problem carefully, you'll produce a tree like this. That's the method that we're training you in. And when you're super duper quick and super duper clever, you might be able to do it in your head. But don't rush to do it in your head until you know that you're going to get the right answer. So there's one, which I'll put in LaTeX. And here's another one. So they do go on a bit. So for example, in this store, I want to evaluate this new expression. So the rule for new says I have to evaluate x plus 1. So I evaluate x plus 1 in this store. And to evaluate x plus 1, I have to evaluate x inside this store. I have to evaluate... Did I write 2 here? Why have I written 2 there? Good job, I'll do it in LaTeX. How did I write 2? That should be 1, of course. Etc., etc. But you have to go through and you build up all of the tree. So I have to evaluate x plus 1, so I have to evaluate 1, and then I combine the result. And then I have to evaluate y plus 2 in the store I get. And the rule tells you what store. So when I evaluate y plus 2, I have to evaluate y, I have to evaluate 2. Eventually I'll get 5 inside this store. And the rule tells me that actually, for a new, I don't use the last x, I just keep the first part of the store. So again, you build up the tree, you just follow the rules. It's not creative, you're just being a rule follower at this point. I'll put them both in LaTeX. Does this suffice for the sort of thing that will help you do the questions? As I say, the question just says, will I get this or not? But building up this tree is the careful, methodical way to make sure you get the right answer. So that's what I'm expecting you to do.